Yo, Bastoni or Schlotterbeck has been the real question for the past few days. Gehi, I'm not too sure of. A lot of people are not too sure of on Gehi. And it's been the real question that a lot of people in the Barcelona fan base have been asking. Who is the summer signing for the center back position? As of right now, Araujo, Christensen are not looking like real starters to be with Gerard Martin, Kubarsi. And as of right now, Gerard Martin is really just temporary. We don't know, but I'd rather keep him there for sure. Definitely, I'd rather see Gerard Martin as center back than left back, as it has been going. I think eventually Gerard Martin will show how the holes will be brought to light. Right now, we're fine, but in the big Champions League games, I do not feel confident having Gerard Martin. I'd rather have a more experienced center back next to Kubarsi. Someone that can show him. Someone that can lead Kubarsi, bro. Alright, so Schlotterbeck and Bastoni are both 26, 6'3", but not at all, I'd say, the same player. Not at all the same profile. I mean, we all know that Bastoni usually likes to be here. He likes to make those crosses into the box, curl those crosses, right? Schlotterbeck is not at all in that same way. They both progress the ball in different ways. As we can see through their heat map, you can see where Bastoni is and this and that. And I choose Schlotterbeck more because Dortmund's style of their defense is similar to ours. And I think what a lot of people are mentioning right now on Bastoni and why we should go for Schlotterbeck instead of Bastoni is because Bastoni usually plays at a 3 at the back. And I don't think it's really just that. If it was just that simple, but it's because of how our defensive system is. I think Schlotterbeck is more similar, more like if he were to come, this guy would just already fit in really easily. And with Bastoni, he's not used to playing with this type of defensive system, especially with this high of a line, And I think Schlotterbeck with Dortmund is more similar. He'd be more used to it. His way of progressing the ball would be way better than how Bastoni usually is. You see how high up this guy Bastoni is able to go with 3 at the back. He's not going to be able to do that with Barcelona. I don't think so. And if he is, it's not going to work as well. We don't have the forwards that are able to just boom. We don't have the forwards that can get to Bastoni's, Lewandowski. Who is going to, Lewandowski's going to leave in the summer. We don't have any forwards that are really known for heading the ball that well. Besides maybe Rafinha, you could probably put Rafinha in there, maybe Rashford, but even then, it's like, I don't know. I think that style of play fits more with Inter and not us. And if we were to get a striker in the summer, which is kind of a big what if right now, I don't think it would match that well, okay? I think Schlotterbeck, his way of progressing the ball, with switching the ball, switching the play, I think he would just be way more used to it, being in the high line, being in his preferred position at left center back, And the big thing is I don't think Bastoni will have this much freedom with the way our high line is right now. He's not going to be able to have the freedom to be able to go this high up. I don't think it makes sense to be able to want to go for this guy with like that. And I think you could also say that, okay, if he's going to be in the high line, he could just stay back and, make those crosses from there. I don't think it works that well. I don't think he's able to just do that as well. Nico Schlotterbeck and Bastoni, 2 elite left-sided center backs, similar on the surface, but with clearly different ways of progressing play. Same position, same responsibility, and build up different profiles, different solutions. I mean, you look at this, progressive passes, and you can see Bastoni has way more with touches, SCA, passes into the final third, progressive passes, and like how I've been saying with Bastoni, Nico is a higher engagement left center back, more confrontational, more defensive action, stepping out early and defending space in a high line. Bang. Just like with us, just like with Dortmund, he's going to do it with us. Progression is there, but it's more after regains or in transition. Less about control, more about tempo, physicality, and proactive defending. This guy says Bastoni is the more reliable profile, which I don't think so, man. I think it just depends on which team gets him. And a lot of why Stoney hype has been happening is because Barcelona fans went into this comment saying, come to Barcelona, and the guys just started liking a bunch of them. He just started liking a bunch of them, 2 comments actually, asking him to join Barcelona. Bastoni is now following Barcelona players, He not only liked the come to Barcelona, he liked Yamal and Rafinha, which is like, oh yeah, Schlotterbeck hasn't said anything. Bastoni said something, let's go for Bastoni. I'm more Schlotterbeck Nation than I am Bastoni, but I wouldn't mind getting Bastoni. I think it's just about who fits more as they come in. I think it's more about catering to their best characteristics, their profile, who they are as a player. I think that if we lose the ball in the high line, I would prefer having Schlotterbeck there more than I would have Bastoni. Schlotterbeck would be better at covering ground. We could have that physical presence. I mean, you look at their stats. Look at Schlotterbeck's defending compared to Bastoni's. I mean, it's not all that much better, but you can see 4.5 clearances, 1.1 interceptions this season per game, successful dribbles, ground duels won 4.2, possession lost 11.1 out of 12.7. Fouls was fouled. Look at every passing metric that Schlotterbeck tops in UCL this season. Line breaking passes under high intensity pressure, total line breaking passes into the final third, forward passes under high intensity pressure completion. You want the player that does best in a high line, that does best under pressure. When he's getting pressured by a striker, by a fast winger, you get Schlotterbeck over Bastoni. He just fits in more. And then there's also Bundesliga with their fast transitions. We know Bundesliga has also a lot of fast transitions. Schlotterbeck is used to it. Every time that Bastoni's played in a back four with Italy that we've seen, it's kind of just been suspect. Any game that I've watched, and I've not watched a lot, so take this with a grain of salt, but any game that I watched Bastoni play as a center back in Italy, it's been kind of, what? Something you could also mention that you can't really rule out on is Barcelona basically turns into a back three with Balde being pushed up. So they're like, okay, it wouldn't be a problem. There's also that. I don't think that really works out that well. He still can't push up as much as he can. I've been seeing that argument recently, and I don't know, bro. You'd probably have Eric Garcia or Koundé right there, right center back. Central center back right there, Kubarsi, and then left center back, Bastoni, and then Balde pushed up or something like that. And still, Bastoni can't use the full space because he's there, you know? You can't just leave Eric Garcia and Kubarsi there and then maybe another DM or something, whoever's there. That's not going to work just because of, Bastoni has to be able to use the most he can. I don't know, bro. There's just too many things that you got to consider with Bastoni, and with Schlotterbeck, you just kind of like, oh yeah, Schlotterbeck, bang, fits in like a glove. You don't got to worry about having him to settle with him doing something different. He just gets there, and he's able to play there. And I'm just imagining some of the balls that Schlotterbeck would be giving to Lamine. We've seen how crazy this guy is able to progress the ball. And not to say that Bastoni isn't as well, but I'm just imagining some of these balls that Schlotterbeck would be giving to Lamine when we're on a counter or something, or just Lamine being open. I think Schlotterbeck 100% from the left center back position is giving that ball to Lamine or Rafinha or whoever's open. Balde, you know what I mean? So him being under pressure as well, we've seen, as the stat said, in the Champions League, forward passes under high intensity pressure completion percentage. Line breaking passes under high intensity pressure. You don't got to worry about that with Schlotterbeck instantly, bro. And then you go watch some of his games. You go watch some of these clips that people are putting of him on Twitter. Dude, this guy's insane, man. This guy's insane. And not to say that Bastoni isn't as well, but man, I'm just more of a Schlotterbeck Nation kind of guy. I think it'd be easier to get this guy as his contract ends 2027. As he's been saying recently, he hasn't been liking how Dortmund's been playing. This guy's going to want a better team to play for, and I think we're there for him, bro. We got to be able to snatch this guy up in the summer before any other team can. Because we need a new center back. We need a new striker. And you get Schlotterbeck 100%, man. Especially with Araujo and Christensen leaving, you want a player that's able to play left center back so that Kubarsi can play his right center back. Preferred position, you know? That's basically why I choose Schlotterbeck over Kubarsi. I think he just fits in more, fits in better. The transition for him would be way smoother, way better, way faster. As soon as he comes, you could just tell the difference, definitely. And I think with Bastoni, it'd be kind of harder for him to be able to maximize who he is as a player. His strengths would be kind of diminished. He wouldn't be able to go up as much as you've seen in some of these clips where he's just crossing the ball, bang, bang. There's also him being used to just being at 3 at the back, There's also that argument, but it's not even just about that. So yeah, man, let me know who you guys want. Let me know why you guys want this guy. Let me know if anything that you disagreed with me, agreed with me on, whatever. Schlotterbeck Nation, hopefully something happens. If we get Bastoni, I wouldn't mind either, by the way. I'm just saying I'd rather choose Schlotterbeck over Bastoni. But Bastoni is still a great player. Bastoni's still a great player. Before the video ends and people get on my ass for calling him ass or something, I don't know. You guys have a good day, good night, whatever it is for you guys. Visca Barca, Visca Catalunya. Have a good Christmas. Bang.